Well, I was born here. Anybody could speak with you.
And I would say Earl Leonard was probably one of the few that taught us and treated us like we were someone special.
We went to school in Sun City. A teacher named Miss Dobie, she the one started that. It went on for a long time because we couldn't go to school to the white school. 59 and 60, I think. That's when it changed, when they integrated.
In history, the quarters was where African American or the black folks, that's where you would find them, in the quarters. So so here in Wimauma, once you go over on 674 on the other side, that's more white America. So on this side would be the quarters.
The original spot for Toots Place.
Man, what memories. Inside of the shop, there was already a expectation of you. So that was to behave well, and also you're going to be looked after while you're there, you know, so.
And taught some life skills
while
you're there as well.
That's true.
As I heard before, going to Cousin Toot's shop and dancing on the weekend, because we all could dance, all the teenagers. She only allowed teenagers. And just to get up there and to get some big cookies that she had, it was a pleasure for us, just knowing that we could go there. Earl Leonard, I'm sure you know about Earl Leonard. He was one of my teachers, and he was also, I didn't know he knew my dad, so he would come and sit on the porch with us down on streets further down, the last street down. And I said, well, I didn't get in trouble, Mom. I don't know why Mr. Leonard coming. And he said, well, I just come to basically sit and talk with you all. He loved my dad, who was a black cowboy. So he would sit and talk with him on the porch.
You know, there was a show that used to come on back in the 80s and extended into some part of the 90s, but it was called Cheers. And the theme song says, sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came. That's Wimauma to a T.
Yes.
I was down at the mowing shop, the lawnmower shop, having my lawnmower repaired. And I was talking to one of the guys there, and he happens to know some of my members at the church. And he knew their parents, he knew what they owned, he knew everything about them. And that is Wimauma. It is a place where you just don't go and disappear.
One thing about it, you never starve here. You never will be hungry here.
I think growing up in Wimauma, everybody knew everybody. And you could go to this house or that house, and the first thing they're gonna say, are you hungry? You wanna eat? Because my mom said, you don't eat at other people's house, you come home.
I have been pastor here at Wimauma for 5 years, pastor of First Prospect Missionary Baptist Church. I call it country in the city, but full of love, full of compassion. The people that God has sent me to work with are wonderful to work with. The city of Wimauma, I have seen so many changes just in the past 5 years. Changes that are good, changes that are positive. This church, First Prospect, is over 118 years old. We do have a historic cemetery. There are enslaved people who are buried in the cemetery. It was designated as a historic site 2 years ago when the Tampa Historic Society came down and we walked the cemetery and we found graves past 1865s.
The first thing that you see is a diverse community. You cannot drive a block down 674 and not know that you are in a diverse community.
I was setting up for our Christmas Eve service this past Christmas Eve, and I kept the door open because they were playing the music outside for the Mexican music, and I loved it. I said, that's how we do Christmas in Wimauma. They will blast the Tejano music, they will blast all that kind of music, and I was like, yes, 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 that's Wimauma.